Hi, I'm Coach Corey Wayne, and this is my video coaching newsletter. And the topic of today's newsletter is going to be, is she giving me the friend vibe or the lover vibe? So I've got an email. This is from a 19-year-old guy living in Europe. He says he's read 3% Man 10 times, and that he's an up-and-coming 3% man in the 3% Youth Academy. I didn't know that was a thing, but cool. Good job, bro. So he says he's got this is what I love about this email is this reminds me, because this is kind of the experience of pretty much everybody when they're younger. And it's also how, even as you get older, most people meet people that they get romantically involved with. It's through their social circle. And so for 5 years now, there's this girl that's in his social circle. He says she's an absolute smoke show. He just sees her occasionally, but she's part of the same group of people that know each other. And the last few times he's been hanging out with her, she's given him signs that are right out of 3% Man. But obviously he's known her for 5 years. He's got all of his friends. People are always around him. He wants to make a move, but obviously if he's misinterpreted things and he's wrong, then he's going to look like a jackass, and then everybody's going to break his balls. I could totally understand exactly how this guy feels, because I know exactly what that feels like back when I was his age. And so the key is you want to be able, if you are going to make a move, it's like you want to be sure that she's definitely interested. And quite frankly, in these kinds of situations, if this girl's developed feelings or had feelings and he's kind of indifferent to it and never really thinks of anything, because I think he mentioned that they were both involved with other people anyways. He had a girlfriend, she had a boyfriend, so they never were really available at the same time. But now I think they're both single, and the potential is there for something more. But how do you tactfully do it without looking like a jackass? Because, I mean, the bottom line is, in your peer group, you're never going to live it down. You're always never going to hear the end of it. Plus, if you see her, she rejects you and you're still going to see her occasionally, that's not a lot of fun. Unless you got a cute girl with you. So he says, "Hi, Corey, I need your advice on a situation. This girl and I have known each other for about 5 years. We've been in the same social circle for a long time, but don't really hang out with the same people except for parties and at school. Although she's a 10 and an absolute smoke show in my eyes, I've never really thought about going out on a date with her since we've always been dating other people and therefore never been available at the same time. She always compliments me about something and says I'm her favorite guy to be around at parties." Well, that's a good sign. When women like you, they compliment you. They tell you they like your shirt, or they like your shoes, or the way you're dressed, or the way your new haircut, or your beard, or the fact that you shaved your beard off, whatever it happens to be. They notice something about your physical appearance, and they compliment you on it. Or they may compliment you on some part of your personality. But the idea is you're trying to gather a bunch of different signs to be able to tell, especially something like this. He says the comments and compliments have more of a friend-like vibe to them than a lover vibe. For example, she would say, "I adore your smartness." Well, she likes that part of your personality. Or, "I feel so comfortable around you." That's a good sign. Women want to feel safe and comfortable around a guy. He says, "Last weekend, however, when we were sitting next to each other in the backseat of my friend's Tesla, she rubbed her hand on my thigh for a moment, and I think," so that's a sign of romantic interest. Touching your thigh? Yeah. "And I think she looked at my lips a couple of times while we were talking." Another sign that she wants to kiss your lips. She's touching you and looking at your lips. It's a pretty good sign. So if you see that, and you see that she's looking at your lips, look at hers, and then go. And then you can kiss her later on. He says, "Now trust me, the situation and the lineup of friends in the car made it impossible to make a move right then and there." Well, you're just young, and it's okay. It's understandable. Everybody starts out as a beginner. Nobody starts out as an expert. He says, in a few weeks, we're going to our friend's mansion out of town for the weekend with a friend group. Should I make a move? Well, if you see those signs, I mean, at the end of the day, if you're hanging out with a bunch of people there, she'll come find you, especially if you're talking to the other girls in the group. She'll come over, stand extra close to you, bump into you physically, touch your arm, touch your thigh, look at your lips again, and then just kiss her. Just go for it, dude. When you see that, if you're standing next to her talking and you look at her lips and then into her eyes and then in her lips and then in her eyes and she looks at your lips as well, kiss her. The reason I would hesitate is because although she showed signs of attraction the last time, the tone of her voice has that friend's vibe when we talk, if you know what I mean. Well, like I said, that's why you you can't look at any one sign. Guys that don't know, like, oh, she complimented my shirt, she definitely wants to have sex with me. It's a combination. Complimenting you on what you're wearing, complimenting you on parts of your personality, looking at your lips, touching your thigh. Those are all signs of romantic interest. And if you're going slightly slower than she is, because now you're both maybe recently single, and the fact that she feels really comfortable around you, a guy that's giving off that kind of a vibe, she's going to try harder to get your attention and validation versus some other dude in your peer group that doesn't know what he's doing or maybe is clumsy about it and makes things weird and awkward. Because when you're calm, cool, collected, that's what masculinity is. Masculinity is calm, cool, and collected, not a hothead. You don't blow your top. It's always better to be than a jack in the box, if you will. Everybody know. I assume most people know what a jack in the box is. It's not a. It's one of those little boxes. You crank the little handle. It's like and then the top opens up and the Joker jumps out or the monster or whatever type of jack in the box you have. The point being is that you want to be calm, cool, collected, and go slightly slower than she is, because the more you're kind of indifferent to what she's doing, the harder she's going to work to get your attention. In other words, the more obvious she will make it, especially she might start talking about you to other people in the group, asking questions about you if you're single, if you're seeing anybody else, things of that nature. Or she might come right out and say, do you have a girlfriend? Or, hey, I heard you're not dating so-and-so anymore. Those are all good signs. But based on what you shared here, dude, it's pretty obvious that there is enough evidence. And so since you're going to see her in a few weeks, just hang out, have fun with everybody, talk to the other girls there, and she will find you. She will come and find you and stand next to you and probably stand extra close to where she's bumping into you. So you're standing around a campfire or something. I don't know if there's a campfire there or not. Maybe it's on the beach somewhere. Then you just, if she's bumping into you, then put your arm around her, then she'll probably reciprocate. If you put your arm around her for 20, 30 seconds, if she never reciprocates, then you get to slowly take your arm away. But like I said, based on the evidence that you have shared, I would say it's a good chance she definitely is a little sweet on you. So if you got a question or a challenge and you'd like to get my help, go to understandingrelationships.com, click the products tab at the top of your screen, and book a coaching session with yours truly. Until next time, I will talk to you soon.